interesting topic. Why people leave in the middle of a match, whether if it's infestation or defense or even sabotage. So, to bring up in light of things, as far as everything that has been going on, and to be perfectly honest, the majority of quitting abruptly. Normally, they quit. This happens to me a lot, and more I see it, and playing like past the milestone now, a little over past 150 days of Warframe. And I see it. I see the the stuff that goes on.
A new event has begun. It will be marked on navigation.
As you can tell, I don't really like when Lotus, gets all, talky and shit. But my thing is that I always look at everything that goes on with the Warframe game and everything else. It's like I go into the middle of a match, or I go to a match, I get involved.
Are you broke before payday?
I get involved with these matches, and sometimes these certain said matches people quit, and when they do it, it kind of tells. It's telling when people don't want to continue with a match. They pretty much just don't have it into them. I mean, if you're playing Warframe and if you don't like the grind, then hey, nobody's gonna tell you you need to. What I'm trying to say is, I get this shit. Alright, I have earlier today, and it was truth be truth, and I wanted to get the Oberon chassis and systems. So, trying to farm both, and I get this one person who joined up, and he was like, okay, he was okay with it. I grew up with this particular person, and pretty much didn't have the interest now of wanting to help me. And for me having to say something here, being under that type of issue, normally I find very disheartening where I find it very disheartening for me to really explain and express how I really feel. And so the majority of this happens. I mean, I'm all caught up, pretty much for the most. But I think what it is, I don't know whether if people just don't want to play, or they're not even interested in playing anymore. But with being on that said note, anyways, I guess going back, the person decided to, pretty much stick me, kind of by myself earlier today. And I just found that very, very, I don't know how to really explain it. It kind of made me think about people who are trying to farm for, a specific Warframe, a prime part, which could be a chassis, systems, neuroptics, even the blueprints. And the majority of people don't want to do that, I think people that leave in the middle of a match are just one of the biggest downright scaredy cats I've ever met in Warframe. Part of the problem is just probably going back last night, or earlier today and early last night. I pretty much had the psoriasis, which I have on the back of my Garuda, Pretty much going in, killing everything in one shot. You know, in some areas, not everything, but just in some maps. And it's kind of funny how some of us who have to try to grind day in, day out just to get something accomplished. You know, for an example, if you're trying to farm for prime parts, you go to either Lift Fissures or you go to Meso, to Neo, to Oxy, and you're trying to farm all these prime parts, but you have a group of people that may or may not want to tend to stay with you, therefore they'll quit in the middle of a match and leave you high and dry. Which I've noticed in about 150 some odd days of playing on Warframe, reached my milestone. You know, and trying to farm for these parts, you know, for the systems, for an example. Let's wind back a little bit here. Okay? Now, I go to my foundry. Now, I'll show you exactly what's funny about this. So, in light of everything, oh yeah, and in light of everything, you're going to, do all this farming. Now, for an example, let's go here for a second. Now, right now, as you can tell, I have my Frost Prime Neuroptics, my Oberon Prime Neuroptics, and my Zephyr Prime Neuroptics right now being made. Now, it took me a while to farm them, but, you know, been trying to farm them, been trying to get certain pieces for my Warframes. For an example, busting my butt, grinding, but, you know, nobody's really got the parts to match up. And it makes it very, very aggravating. Like right now, as you can tell, my Frost, which is my Frost Neuroptics, I'm in the process of building, but when you get down to looking for the Frost Prime systems, or you're trying to farm them, they never show up, because you got somebody who quits in the middle of a match, or leaves you high and dry, and they don't expect you to finish collecting all the fissures, which I feel that if you can't finish the fissures, or you get into the middle of a match and you can't get the fissures, it makes it just as more aggravating to actually get them. Or if somebody quits in the middle of a match or transfers to the host, that screws everything else up along with it. And as you can tell right now, I'm still in the process right now doing Hydroid, which I've been trying to do Hydroid for quite a while. The one I need is the Hydroid Prime systems. I've been busting my butt trying to find this stupid thing. I went to the specific areas that actually present you with the Hydroid Prime systems, but the one thing I hate is they make it so damn impossible to get the systems, where it will drop is kind of pointless unless if you have a group of people who actually have this system, or one of the persons in the party has actually gotten the systems and you have to share it with them. It also goes here, like right now at the moment I haven't done this weapon yet, Ignis Wrath. This was actually traded to me by a friend of mine, I think about a few days ago. So I haven't really done very much with it. I also got Korra, but I don't really need this blueprint, and it's been sitting here laying space. This is the one thing that gets me the most is, like, I got Mage Prime system, okay, but, or Mag Prime system, but at the moment I haven't built Mag yet, so I couldn't tell. Still have a Mirage Prime Neuroptics, which I already have Mirage. This will be eventually worked in with my Hydroid Prime if and when I can find the the system. Here to Oberon, I am right now working on his Neuroptics. So once I get that done, then again, that comes to another problem. I've been fighting, you know, I've been busting my butt trying the systems. I mean, it kind of comes down to it, like, you know, I think DE did this deliberately to make it or discourage you from even trying to farm them. And what I have an issue is here is trying to get some of these primes together. I'm trying to do a whole collection on them, and it's a pain in the butt. So pretty much, you know, like I said, I've been grinding nonstop, fighting these certain things, but I feel that it's not going nowhere. And I feel that, like, even if I do the majority of the work, you know, it'll come up more as if, like, I just don't feel like a sign of accomplishment if I don't find the systems, and hopefully I can at some point. It's been one fiasco after another. Like, if I search here, if I hit L3 and I search, I have to stop my stupid controller from doing that. So if I hit L3 and I type in Hydroid in my relics, now I pretty much got 3 parts out of the 4. Now, the funny thing is, and of course you got Zephyr Prime Blueprint, but only because why it's where it is now is because I made it into a Radiant. As far as like this stuff here, I don't really need, unless if somebody was really looking for it. Same thing, but only will less, which kind of really pisses me off when it's a gold drop. For Neo, like for a G1, you got Gram Prime handle, which is another thing too. If you get the Gram Prime, you gotta be a Master Rank 14 to actually use it, which I am a Master Rank 11, which I think is kind of ridiculous. Now here, see, this is a Neo H2 relic. Okay, now here's Hydroid Prime, but look how this is a gold, which I think this is utter complete bullshit. I think it shouldn't be a gold. I think it should be an equal amount as either a bronze or maybe a silver, but this part right here is really unnecessary, especially for the last piece I'm trying to get. It's kind of like when you get your car fixed and mechanic comes out and says, well, they have to fix, or they have to rotate one of your tires, you know, rotate your tires on your vehicle, only to find out that the last lug nut is a problem to get the last wheel off. And this is what it comes down to. And I think wholeheartedly, when people quit in the middle of a match and you're trying to farm this Hydroid Prime Systems blueprint, well, then it becomes a disappointment. Therefore, you haven't really accomplished anything. And going forth about the whole idea, I feel like I got insulted. But what I'm going to do is I'll try to farm for the Neo H2 relic, but I don't know if I'll get it, so I won't know for a fact. So we're going to try running the Neo H2, and I'll show you what exactly I'm talking about. And what I mean by continually farming, I'm going to go here to my fissures, your void fissures. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to hit
Tenno, there's a time-limited mission alert
of course
available.
it just shifted, so now I have to go to here to Neptune. So hopefully it might, I hope I'm lucky it drops, because I really need, I actually really do need the Hydroid systems. So we're going to hit that. Most people wouldn't understand, you know, why I do that, but I'm doing it. I'm going to farm for it. Try to hopefully keep my fingers crossed if I get it. Because if not, then I know I just wasted my time. Hopefully these people don't back out during the time of that whole process of farming the Hydroid Prime system. My luck, it's been today, it's been a very... My luck today has been very bad. So people have been, like, quitting. So I don't know if I'll be able to get it.
Don't
And
forget
only
the
one will
passage.
know
You
if
need more to find that relic.
I get more relics, but as you can tell, this is like unnecessary lag right
Target
here.
located. Bring
I
them
think that when
in. Scans indicate
game
our
developers,
targets in the vicinity.
or
Find
even
them.
like your connection, you shouldn't have to be this laggy, I think.
Excellent. We'll interrogate the captive back at base.
So
Your part
here's the
down
thing,
here,
now watch. If I
Looks
can
like
get
heavy
all my
activity.
relics without having somebody quit, I'll actually be happy. So I'm gonna go over here real quick. Actually, I should probably go over here real quick to get the relic. Now I gotta see if there's any more. So there's 2 more here, so that's gonna make 9. And then last one's gonna be 10. So if we did this right, I'm
Hatch
hoping
open.
that
Finish your mission to find
we
out what's
get
inside.
the void relic, the void fisher. Gonna chop this guy down with the paracesis. So I'm hoping that there's no issues with it. So I'm just gonna go this way. Kind of glide a little bit. And slide. Go here. Kind of like do a torpedo jump up. Then keep going up over here. Hopefully I can get the void fishers. So far I haven't seen anybody quit out of this match yet, so that's pretty much my saving grace right now, because if anybody quit, I would kind of be screwed, because this particular relic, a friend of mine told me that this particular relic is kind of hard to get. As you can tell, there's people waiting, but sometimes my biggest issue is with the maps are poorly laid out. So I'm gonna kind of jump up and go over here. Of course, I had to pretend like I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Of course, it ends it here. And of course, the same BS I've gotten before. The Orthos Prime handle, the Forma, the Grand Prime handle. But this goes to show I could not get this stupid Hydroid Prime. I'm about to like give up on getting
Excellent
the Hydroid
work.
Prime,
We'll interrogate the captive back at
Hydroid-
base. Your part is done.
Hydroid
here.
Prime system, because this has been aggravating. I've been doing this pretty much all day since I got home this afternoon, and nothing good's come out of it. So if anybody has any ideas to how to get this stupid Hydroid Prime system, please let me know, because it's like these things, I don't know whether if they've been vaulted, but I think it's like really, I think it's really shitty. I really think that if you're gonna freaking farm for these prime systems, either without people quitting on you, or people, you know, not having the same relic, well, you know, that's where it aggravates the piss out of me. And I don't like people that quit out of the middle of a match. If you're trying to farm these things, if you're trying to farm the prime parts. But there are times like I've been tempted of like getting Hydroid and just be happy with that. Because I think this, pretty much I think farming for the specific chassis, certain things for prime Warframes is complete unrealistically bullshit. And of course I keep playing Warframe because I'm trying to find all the prime parts, like I said, without people freaking getting up and quitting and getting all salty and all this fun BS. So this is pretty much is where I stand now on my feelings. It's not really a continuation of my thoughts, but it's just I'm aggravated because the people that I normally play with just either leave me high and dry, they back out, and I feel like there's no sign of accomplishment. When you have a bunch of people, or certain people that actually leave during the middle of a match, or whatever the case may be, I mean, it's really ridiculous. And if this is some sick freaking joke that DE decide to vault
Me too.
some of this shit on Warframe, then it's a really bad fucking joke. I mean, I shouldn't have to really kill myself to get these stupid, you know, the stupid systems. I mean, you know, let's just think about this for a second. This is the thing that pisses me off. I was able to get Chroma, okay, and his prime systems dropped, which is really fucked up. So if I got the Chroma prime systems dropped and nobody quit in the match, then why should it be any different if you're getting Hydride? You know, I mean, or even Oberon, that matter. Anyways, I'm gonna try to see what I can do with this, and hopefully keep you posted on the next video. Hopefully that, you know, something gives and I get the Hydroid systems or Oberon. And I'm gonna try to keep pushing and see if I can find it. Let you know on the status of the next video if I got it or not. But anyways, this is your girl Michelle. I'm gonna say peace, love, and happiness. And don't. It's like with me, you know. Just keep pushing. See if you can find anything that you're looking for in Warframe. Whether if it's farming for a Warframe or it's farming whatever. Anyways, this is Michelle saying peace, love, and happiness. And stay tuned for another video at some point, which will be this coming week. Hopefully by then I'm hoping I should get it. So, till then, hit the like button, hit the notifications. You know, if you like the videos I'm making, just hit the like button. And leave a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment on the section below. Let me know if you've had this problem with farming any systems of Hydroid, Oberon, or even Zephyr. Till then, peace, love, and happiness.